I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money.
Hello, we are happy to come your way again with this radio talk show called TSM Pidgin. The TSM, that's a news organization or news group on the internet, helping you always to make sure that different kind of stories that are going around, you get the correct one. The TSM do this one here because you know there are plenty of different news that can go on. They want to help you get the correct story, the true story from the false story then. My name is Seo Watusi, your special Liberian English friend. The first story we get for you here is concerning one of the senators in the lawmaking house from Gbarpolu County, Senator Konneh. He threw some talk the other day on the money matters in Liberia here. So all these talks here, he threw them, saying that the money matter in the country, it was going up, but now it start to go down. So this one, that the one fact checker TSM decided to check to see whether the thing the way he talked, they all correct. The first one he put down, he said the money matter, what they call the GDP growth. This one here is concerning the whole country, what they call the economy. He said the GDP, it was 4.8% in 2022. That means it was up. Then it came to 4.7% in 2023. This one, it was coming down now. The second talk he threw down concerning the whole money matter again is what they call fiscal deficit, meaning when you want to do something and you put budget down, when the money you go spending money now reach a short somewhere that they want to call deficit. So he said it was 7.1% in 2023. Again, the number 3 talk he put down, he said, honor the president that we get now, President Omejo Boakai, the whole country money matter, what they call economy, it go down, drop to 2% in 2024. But anyway, he said that they won't get happy, but the whole thing, whether the country will grow when it comes to the money matter, he said it's slow, and it's standing at 4% now. He said this thing they call the inflation is now going on at 8.3%, higher than it was looking in 2022. This particular thing, what they call inflation, when it comes inside the country, at the time when you see the thing prices high and people not get money to buy these things. So he said it was okay in 2023, but then it came down by way this time. Well, like I tell you, Honorable Konneh, that one of the senators from Gbarpolu County, and he threw all this talk here on November 3. He put it on his Facebook page. So to be able to check this one here, TSM fact checker decided to go to check this one, what the man put down, and check on the whole Liberia money matter for 2022 and 2023. When the fact checker checked that particular record, what they call the data from the World Money Group, they call the International Monetary Fund, IMF, it said that the IMF people here, they put some advice aside that they want to give to countries around the world, what they want to do so that their money matter can stand and it can go on for it to grow. So the search checker went on. The whole thing is high concerning Liberia now. So they go on the Liberia money record from the IMF. So the record showed that in 2022, the country money matter economy, it was standing at 4.8%, and now it dropped to 4.6% in 2023. Then the fact checker look at the top number 2 that Senator Konneh threw down to say that money, what they call the fiscal money, it go down and unreached. They call the fiscal deficit. It was 7.1%. This one, fact checker check it and say the talk number 2 here is correct. But concerning the first talk where Honorable Konneh threw to say that the country money matter, they call the economy, in 2022, it go up to 4.8% in 2022, and then it came down to 4.7% in 2023. They want everything almost correct. That's number one. So checking on, the fact checker find out that the whole World Money House, what they call the World Bank report, where it put also concerning all these in 2024, the whole Liberian money matter dropped from 7.1% in 2023 to 2.0% in 2024. And checking on this one here, the fact checker decided to check on, go to the talk that Amara Konneh throw talk number 4 to say, Honor President Joseph Boakai, the whole money matter, they want here it go down to 2% in 2024. But the whole country is not sick. The whole money matter growing in Liberia here, but it's just slow. So fact checker checking and say, okay, this one here is also correct, but everything in it is not too correct. So they call it, they say, it's partly correct. The fact checker go on checking on the World Bank record, the World Money House record, and then it still keep on checking on Liberia. So from that point on, going to all the way checking. The fact checker finish checking all these things here and read all the things from that 2022, 2023 to 2024 where the World Money House put down. Then the fact checker come to talk number 4 that Honorable Amara Konneh put down. He say inflation now the way it's standing, meaning thing prices are going up high, where things are just high. He say it's standing at 8.3%. This one it go up too high, more than it was looking in 2022. And the fact checker said this one, they check the record. They talk number 4 here where Honorable Konneh put down is correct, because in 2024 the particular thing we call the inflation was 8.3%, and in 2022 it was 7.6%, and then it was 7.6%. So the World Bank record is correct. So the fact checker say, going through all these things here, where he check for this place, he check all the World Bank record, and check other things, and to actually talk about what the Honorable Konneh put down. If you finding out that 3 or the 4th of what he threw, everything correct, except for one that is not too correct. So the fact checker say, one is partially correct. Here is a story. You know, they get the Liberian Young People Group, what they call FLA, Federation of Liberia Youth. That people, when they vote for their new leader, then they will work after some time, maybe 2 or 3 years, then they will have to do voting again. So the time for the voting, it came. Now, when the voting time comes, confusion fall down. So people start talking, say, oh, some people giving money to make sure that the person what they want in the FLA election, that the person will go on. So one fellow with something that they say he's put it down, they call him Vanny Cruz Hilton. Vanny Cruz Hilton say, you know what happened in the voting for the FLA leader then? The number 2 big person for the Lawmaker House of Representatives, Honorable Thomas Fallah. That man, they say, he gave about $25,000 to the voting house for that group, where they put down what they call the FLA Independent Electoral Commission, or the FLA REC. He gave them the money here because he in favor of one of the person who was running because Duku Jala. So Mr. Hilton say the group take that money so that they will do everything they can do to make Duku Jala to be the president for the group, because if you giving the people some cold water, hell of money for them to do this thing here. The story came up. This fact checker TSM decided to check it, because when they fly election on a few times, plenty things are happening. The people even say go to court. They say they will not do the voting. The government young people office, they call Ministry of Youth and Sports, they step inside. Still no chance. The people then they go to vote. They say they vote for this Duku Jala boy here. So fact checker decided to check. Now, check Vanny Cruz. He put it down on his Facebook page and say, Honorable Thomas Fallah, who is the number 2B person for the Lawmaker House of Representatives, put a hand inside this thing here and gave money to the voting house for the fly so that they can do mango and make Duku Jala president. Well, when TSM decided to check, they went in the place and started to check with all those people. The cruise boy, Vanny Cruz Hilton, talk about to say the people that gave money. The fly, as I was telling you, it is a big organization for all the Liberian young people, the young people in Liberia here, for them to be looking after their interests and everything else. So that's what we're going on. And their voting house, that the people who they asked to run their voting for them, their big person, Brishnev D passed away. He said no. Brishnev passed away here. Now. He working for the NGO, what they call Cattle Relief Services, CRS. He said, they think what the people that are talking about, somebody gave money for them to do something, they said it's not true. So TSM decided to check. So they went in the place and made contact with the office for the number 2 speaker, Honorable Thomas Fallah, and they also made contact with the office of the group who running the election for FLA. All these people, they say the thing where that young man Paul Osa is not true. He say Thomas Fallah, in fact, he not get no interest in the whole FLA voting matter here. So the people who talking the secret, they're not talking the truth. All that thing, but that people put down where you're seeing over there, so say the man will get money from this and that, I mean get money. All the things that are so false is not correct. We're not in no contact with the deputy speaker or number 2 speaker for the House of Representatives for them to do something that they said. Thank you. Well, the fact checker now sit down and reach to the big person who is there now running the place, because when they do the election, they got to spend his time, got to be there, then they put the chair, the new person in the chair. But right now, the person who is in the chair running the place now, that Madam Banika Elliott, who is the president. So Banika say the big person for the voting house, for the FLA people voting house that are running the election here, they met here. Everybody know him in the whole among the young people community here. And people know him to be somebody who really get name. He not let to put a hand in. No, did he buy nothing. And in fact, one time he worked for the FLA here to be the number 2 big person for his second vice president. And now he's working there with the big organization, well-known organization, they call Cattle Relief Services. So this fellow, he cannot put a hand in anything like this here. So all that thing, what you're asking me for. So the TSM decided to go back to make contact with Vanny Cruz Hilton, the one who put the whole story here down. They sent message to him about all the things what he talking about. Mr. Hilton, Vanny Cruz Hilton, how you managed to get this story here? Please show us who told you this thing, or you'll see it for yourself. If they call him using the Facebook page now to call him, he tell him, the fact checker, he say, can you pass your message through the other internet thing where I get what they call the WhatsApp. And when they send it, he say, okay, I'll come to answer you, but wait small. The fact checker start waiting you. The waiting small now become long waiting up to today that we're making the report here to you. Mr. Vanny Hilton, he never called back here to say, oh, this particular thing where you're talking here my side of the story here, nothing. So the fact checkers here say they come to the conclusion that the thing where Vanny Cruz Hilton put down concerning what they say the number 2 big person for the Lawmaker House of Representatives, Thomas Fallah do, giving 25,000 to the people who are supposed to run the voting in the places so that they can make Dugu Jara president. All this one here, no proof. Vanny Cruz Hilton, who talked this one here, he not bring proof. The other people who he say do this thing here, we ask them, they say they're not true. So TSM say, he come to the conclusion that this story here, what the man pulled down, no proof at all. But if Mr. Hilton will bring proof here, the TSM will change the story here. The other story we get for you here is concerning voting matters in Liberia here. You know, They were voting in 2017, and they voting here a happy melee, especially during the second round between the United Party and the CDC. So when the voting went on that time, and CDC win, but then they said the vote that United Party get that time, that was 457,579. That the vote that the Unity Party get that time. But this time now, in 2023, for when they win the election, they say they push their vote up. They fell high and their vote, they go up to 814,481 in 2023 compared to the vote that CDC get. The CDC was having like in 2017 and they beat the Unity Party that time. CDC was having 772,185 in 2017 to 793,914. Now, all this one here, we put it down. That one lady, they call Cornelia W. Crewer. Cornelia Crewer, that's one of the number 2 minister in the office of the president, what they call Deputy Minister for Administration, the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Well, TSM always making sure that you get story that's supposed to be true, they decided to check. Cornelia Crewer put this thing here down on October 18, 2025, and said this thing here, why I just tell you to say the United Party get more vote in 2024, they increase the vote what they get in 2017, they increase it in 2023, that one made them to win the CDC. The United Party here, small history about the one here, they put the party here down in 1984. One politician who was in Liberian here, they call Edward B. Kessley, is the one who put the party here down in 1984. You know that by 1985 we do voting, Liberia do voting in this country here. It was coming, the country was under army rule. So to move from the army rule and come to civilian rule, they had to do voting. So at that time, people were putting party then down. So they go to work and put this Unity Party here down. Also, they put the TDC party here down in 2005. Their party, from that time on, it started supporting Mr. George Weah. Mr. George Weah is a well-known person in the world who played football well. He's a Liberian person. He was the big person who was standing, they call the Senate Bureau for the CDC. And when they do voting in 2017, he win the United Party, the CDC win the United Party, and Omejo Boaka, who is the president now, was a leader for the United Party. So, to try to check this story where Cornelia Crewer put down, TSM went to the record from the voting house and checked the result for the voting in 2017 and 2023. And this is what the TSM find out. So, in that record, the United Party, they had 446,716 votes in 2017. And in 2023, the second round, the United Party vote, it went up to 814,881. That the one that add to their vote that one make it was 50.60%. The record for the CDC in 2017, up to 596,037 votes in 2017, and then they increased the vote in 2023, 793,914 votes. So they increased their vote by 61,700 votes. That one, you go do the checking, it was 49.36%. So with all this checking here, the fact checking want to do it, they say, well, it is true that the whole record show that the voting in 2023, the vote that United Party get over the CDC, you check all the two things there, that were 20,000 votes. That the one the United Party get over the CDC and they win in 2023. The fact checkers say with all of the record where it finished checking, it came to the conclusion that the thing where Cornelia Crewer pulled down the United Party, they increased their voting in 2023 over the CDC. This one here is correct because the fact checker checked all the records from the voting house. Well, that's all we had time for on this TSM Pidgin today. My name is Seyo Watosi, your TSM Pidgin English friend. Bye-bye and God bless you.
Some money.